Hej, cześć i siemaneczko widzowie, witam serdecznie, Resil się kłania. I dzisiaj widzowie będziemy grali w Hogwarts Legacy. Wiem, że już był, ale chciałem wam również go dzisiaj ponownie zaprezentować. Powiem wam, że dzisiaj ostatecznie pojawią się dwa streamy. Planowałem jeden, ale będą dwa, bo jednak z Reaperem jesteśmy umówieni na 20:30, więc pierwszy to jest Dziedzictwo Hogwartu teraz, a drugi stream to będzie Dead by Daylight. Oczywiście też dzisiaj, teraz właśnie odpalam drugi czat, żebyście mieli mnie jednocześnie na tym i na tym, nie? Tylko mam 5000 powiadomień po tym, gdy spałem. Dobra, czat na YouTubie odpalony, także witam was serdecznie i już was widzę. A z kolei czat na Twitchu zaraz odpalę. Tu jest zakończ zadanie i mamy wszystko. A czat na Twitchu zaraz odpalę. Co my tu mamy? Nie to, teraz to. Przewróć. I ciach. Dobra. Widzowie! Dobra, jesteśmy już podczas Hogwarts Legacy. Event, widzicie. W porządku. Ruszamy! Jim i Nasa jest z nami ponownie. Będziemy grali nim dalej. No tak. Witam pani profesor. No. W ogóle powiem wam, że nauczycielka zielarstwa to jest chyba jedyna nauczycielka w całym Hogwarcie, która jest tak spokojna, bo większość nauczycieli ma to i owo, że tak powiem, że tego. W ogóle pan Black już to, profesor Black to już kompletnie, nie?
How nice to see you, my young friend.
Nauczycielka zielarstwa to jest taka wychillowana, taka spokojna. Dobra widzowie, sprawdźmy co my mamy na zdrowienia dzisiaj w Hogwarcie. Możeśmy trochę zaklęcia z eliksiru i zamku was. Spróbujmy znaleźć tam jest.
All I have at home are brothers. there be auras or someone from the ministry guarding the school after the incident in Hogsmeade?
Wiecie co? Tak po chwili namysłu. Chyba jednak pójdziemy do tego, na zajęcia z eliksirów.
Potions is one of the most challenging and hazardous subjects taught at this school. As fifth years, you will be required to reach new heights of both discipline and intellect. You will begin this term by brewing a Wigan-Weld potion. Mr. Takar, can you tell us why this particular potion might come in handy?
Yes, Professor Sharp. The Wigan-Weld potion can be used to sterilize and even heal a variety of injuries.
It can heal some injuries, but not all. Points for Ravenclaw. Before today's class is completed, each of you will have brewed a Wigan-Weld potion of your own. You never know when you might need it. Please begin. Use a strong, even motion when crushing your ingredients. Please be meticulous when adding powder to your potions. One errant sneeze could be disastrous.
Powiem wam, że to jest prawdziwa nauka eliksirów. Właśnie takiej oczekuję w grach o Potterze.
I see most of you have not forgotten how to stir. Not an easy potion to brew. Well done. And from what I hear of your recent exploits in Hogsmeade, you'd also do well to practice brewing the defensive Edurus potion. Professor Weasley had you acquire the recipe from J. Pippins, correct?
Yes, sir.
Good. For the moment, you can find the ingredients you need in my office. But in the future, you'll be expected to provide your own ingredients. Some can be harvested from the plants you grow in your herbology class, and rarer ones can be purchased. Others, however, may be harder to obtain, and will require you to be a bit more resourceful. Come and see me when you've finished brewing, and we'll see if it was skill or luck the first time round.
Jaki fajny ten!
Professor Sharp said that Wigan-Weld potion can treat injuries. Hope I never need it.
My parents considered keeping me home from school this year after the rumors of a goblin rebellion.
Did I hear Professor Sharp say that you have permission to go into his office?
He did say that. He wants me to get more ingredients to brew another potion.
Brilliant! You, my friend, have been presented with an extraordinary opportunity. I'm Gareth, by the way. Gareth Weasley. Bit of a prodigy with potions, if I do say so myself.
Pleasure to meet you. Wait, are you related to Professor Weasley?
She's my aunt. Keeps too close an eye on me for comfort. Ugh. But she can't be everywhere. Listen, anyone with a troll-sized brain can brew an Edurus potion. I'm working on something that's certain to be spectacular. I'm just missing one tiny last ingredient that will add that extra spark.
I suspect that's where I come in.
You're as clever as I'd hoped. I simply need a single Fwooper feather. As you'll already be in Sharp's office with his permission, perhaps you could grab it for me.
I'll get you the Fwooper feather, as long as you're certain Sharp won't miss it.
I assure you he won't. Fwooper feathers aren't that valuable. Wait until you see what I'm brewing. Hurry back to me when you have the feather.
To może być interesujące.
Keep your potion stations organized.
Halo, panie profesorze, trochę...
Remember, precision is key when brewing potions.
Professor Sharp must have learned a lot during his time as an auror. I wish he talked about it more.
Here's the whopper feather you wanted.
Brilliant! Thank you! This is going to take a moment to brew. You should get back to brewing your Endurus potion, and I'll tell you when this concoction's finished.
Should you chop the Didney or crush it? The wrong answer could result in the unfortunate loss of your eyebrows.
Ważenie eliksirów też jest niezłą sztuką. Jak mówił profesor Snape w Harrym Potterze. W ogóle powiem wam, mam całą sagę Harry'ego Pottera na półce, bardzo go lubię i lubię go czytać. Ale podoba mi się to, jak są ważone tu eliksiry.
And now we add the mallow sweet, and... That's odd. What's happening?
I was impressed that you were able to answer Professor Sharp's question about the Wiggenweld potion.
Oh, you're the new student. I've heard much about you. Thank you. I'm Anu, by the way. Pleasure, truly. And I've never seen anyone brew such a flawless Wiggenweld potion on their first try. Well done.
I'm glad I was able to get it right the first time.
You must simply have a knack for potion making. Some students seem so confounded by potion recipes, it's as if they're written in gobbledygook. A fascinating language, by the way. Neither here nor there, really, but I am a self-taught speaker. Merlin's beard, good conversation is the enemy of free time. I must return my book, Gateway to the Far Stars, before my next class. Speaking of stars, we'll be in astronomy together. You'll love it. Professor Shaw is firm, but quite clever. See you soon, no doubt.
Wróć do profesora. Okej.
Wasn't expecting that literally to blow up in my face. It was rather brilliant, though. I'd better clean up. You should finish brewing your potion if you haven't already.
Wiecie co, wejdziemy sobie w ubiór. Mamy inną tą. Podoba mi się czarna magia, a ja lubię czarną magię.
I brewed an Endurus potion as you asked, Professor.
I'm surprised you had the time. You seemed rather busy helping Mr. Weasley brew chaos.
I'm sorry, Professor. I was merely trying to help a friend.
Taking responsibility for one's actions does go a long way with me. I shall assume that you've learnt a lesson. As for the work you did today at your own cauldron, I will say you've done well. I confess I was skeptical, given the advanced nature of this class and the fact you're a new student.
I'm glad I was able to meet your expectations.
A rare occurrence. And you do well to remember that you're not a potions master quite yet. In addition to having a solid grasp of how to combine various ingredients, you should gain an understanding of the ingredients themselves. Pay particular attention in herbology. The plants you nurture there are often essential to the potions you brew here. Now, I recommend that you find a safe location in which to practice brewing. You cannot leave a hot cauldron simply anywhere. That'll be all. I think each of us has had enough excitement for one day. Class is dismissed.
Powiem wam, widzowie, że jestem pod wrażeniem. Bo to jest jednak faktyczna nauka, a nie tego. A nie macie, że... a nie, że macie jakieś bzdury. Dobra, zobaczmy, jakie misje nas czekają.
A portrait in our common room wants to talk to you. It's Eldritch Diggory. He used to be the Minister for Magic, I think.
Czekajcie. Bo dostaliśmy sobie pocztę jakąś. Hej, Diggory.
Sharp off my back. It works quite well unless he asks me a question.
Powiem wam, widzowie, że dawno nie byłem taki też zrelaksowany grając w dane gry o Harrym Potterze. Choć wiem, że do fana takich zabaw mi daleko. Na przykład nasz Darth Fenrir jest jakby...
Revelio.
Skoro wiecie, widzowie, że ja się lubuję trochę w czarnej magii, to chyba wiecie jaki rodzaj, dlaczego po pierwsze tego różdżki wybrałem sobie, dlaczego i przede wszystkim też
Revelio.
do czego, do jakich zaklęć będę dążył.
You wanted to see me, sir?
Indeed. Allow me to introduce myself. So few students know who I am these days. Eldridge Diggory, former Minister for Magic and founder of the Aura recruitment program at your service. I believe you can help solve a decades-old murder, thanks to that book you found, and, in particular, its missing pages.
How do you know about the book and the pages?
We portraits here more than you might suspect, and most of us can keep a secret. So, what say you? Surely a Hufflepuff such as yourself would be inclined to help seek long overdue justice.
I'll do whatever I can.
Wonderful. I am pleased to have been right about you. My great-niece, Helen Thistlewood, can provide you with details. She's retired now, but was a skilled aura in her day. And the unsolved murder of which I speak was her case. I often visit my portrait in her home, in the nearby hamlet of Upper Hogsfield. Shall I tell her to expect you?
How could a few pages of a book help her solve an old case?
A boy disappeared with those pages, but they never found the body. A girl was convicted of his murder nonetheless. It seems those pages could exonerate her somehow. My great-niece can tell you more.
Can you tell me more about your great-niece?
Cream of the crop when it comes to auras. A star pupil here, and then an exemplary servant to the ministry. And her spark hasn't diminished one bit in her retirement. She and I often chat about old cases and our glory days. No offense, but it's nice to get away from the students and converse with someone who's familiar with my legacy.
When were you the Minister for Magic?
Over 100 years ago. 1733 to 1747, to be precise. The stories I could tell you. Didn't have the chance to do all that I could. I was in the midst of reforming Azkaban when my life was cut short by dragon pox. I was sneezing sparks to the bitter end.
I shall go and see her right away.
Brilliant. With what I suspect is your knack for hard work and her keen mind, both mysteries may be solved sooner than you think. I shall see you there, soon I hope.
Na razie chodźmy do Hogsmeade i zobaczymy, co będzie dalej. Cześć, zwycięzca. Wingardium Leviosa, no. Witam. Nie, wiesz co? Arctos zrobił specjalnie takiego gawolifa, nie? Siema, Landryn. Co u was słychać? O! Coś widzę. Ach, nie! Mam cię! Zadbamy widzowie o to, aby...
Revelio.
aby naszą postać zbudować. Widziałem, że nie jest specjalnie otwierałem. Wiesz co, to był przypadek, bo też komputer załapał ostatnio, że rozmawialiśmy, nie? I mieliśmy tego. I wyszło na to, że zadzwoniłem. Przypadkiem, bo przypadkiem, ale okej, no gadać moglibyśmy, ale dopiero gdy skończę streama, nie? Bo o 20 będę robił następnego, który będzie z Dead by Daylight z kolei. Okej, teraz się trochę z tym Hawking zgubiłem. Jeśli dobrze pamiętacie, to my tutaj ostatnim razem walczyliśmy z trolem, nie? Który tutaj był. Wow, w mordę. Ale dalej. No to co, to jeszcze jedna strona została mi tylko.
Revelio.
Patrzę, co to jeszcze jest, widzę.
Revelio.
A, tu jest obraz. No, tak sobie pogadać możemy, ale jak najbardziej, ale po prostu w momencie... chwila. Dobra, teraz pasuje mi droga. Ale w momencie, kiedy ja skończę po prostu streamka, bo w tym momencie jestem w trochę innym położeniu. Dobra, drogę już mam, ale teraz zadbamy o wyposażenie dobre, nie? Weźmiemy sobie szatę. Ofensywa. Co myślicie, widzowie? Powinniśmy brać ten królewski bordowy płaszcz? Bo na ten karmazynowy zimowy płaszcz i tak będę musiał pozbierać trochę jeszcze kasy, nie? W sensie swojego doświadczenia. A to nam daje 15 punktów mniej do ofensywy, a ofensywa jest dość ważną aspektem naszej gierki, więc myślę, że moglibyśmy teoretycznie coś podziałać. A i dobrze leży, nie? Co my tam mamy?
Revelio.
Couldn't pay me enough to sit behind a desk all day. Who's that?
Wiem, że teoretycznie mogłem uniknąć sobie tego, ale chciałem się dowiedzieć, co te enojki knują.
Revelio.
Poza tym, może coś ciekawego się od nich wyciągnie. Coś oni tu kombinowali, ale nie wiadomo co. Ale faktycznie do ofensywy.
Reminds me of the time I nearly fell out of a cart at Gringotts. I was only young, mind. Not like I'd fall out now. Lucky if I fit in one now. I won't rest.
Kowadłem prosto w łeb.
Dead.
Co ty, chłopie, nawet nie próbuj. Uwielbiam zapach żelaza o poranku. Ale to były bandziory. Dobra, wiecie co? Wszystko ładnie, pięknie, tylko że wiecie co, mam problem, że bardzo daleko nam od tego do ogólnego stroju ucznia Hufflepuffu, a my mamy właśnie to pokazywać sobą, więc postanowiłem, że jednak zmienimy to na normalny strój. Obrona. Dobra, możemy to zmienić. Tu nic nie ma akurat. Czy tutaj coś jest? O mój Boże, zdejmij to. Już wiem, co sprzedam na pewno. Chryste Panie, to też.
Revelio.
Przez przypadek odpaliłem sobie zadanie.
Revelio.
Ale powiem wam tylko tyle, że to jest nawiązanie chyba do turnieju trójmagicznego, w którym no, to zrobiło wrażenie. Dobra, z tym już można chodzić.
Revelio.
This must be the place Minister Diggory mentioned. Helen lives around here somewhere.
I'd take up herbology if it didn't involve.
Revelio.
Trochę sobie poeksplorujemy to miejsce.
Incendio. Revelio.
Kolejne stroje.
Good thing the ministry banned underage sorcery.
Przepraszam.
Can't trust the young.
Revelio. Not sure how I'd fare in a little place like this.
Upper Hogsfield is being terrorised by Ranrock's loyalists. It's not right.
A map. It doesn't appear to be connected to the missing pages. Best hang on to it for now. Revelio.
Tu nie wejdziemy. Tu też nie wejdziemy. Przydałoby się zaklęcia Alohomora, nie? No to popytajmy.
I couldn't help but overhear. Did you mention Ranrock's loyalists?
I did. Never imagined they'd act this deadly. I'm Claire Beaumont, by the way.
Nice to meet you.
Ranrock and his followers have set up camp here. No regard for our beloved hamlet or our livelihoods. Ruthless. My brother Bardolph dared to stand up to them and ended up in St. Mungo's. I'm simply at my wit's end.
How did your brother Bardolph end up in St. Mungo's?
Bardolph had spent the entire day hand-picking herbs and roots for us. When a group of Ranrock's lot appeared and demanded the harvest for themselves, Bardolph refused. In their anger, they hurled him against a rock and robbed him. The moment he left St. Mungo's, he vowed revenge. I worry he may be dabbling in magic that he will one day regret.
You said Ranrock's loyalists have set up camp here. Where, precisely?
To the south, across the river. Last I heard, there were several loyalists in each camp. I won't go near them.
Why don't you simply leave the area for now?
Upper Hogsfield is my home. Bardolph and I grew up here. No, we are standing firm. Once my brother returns, then we shall decide what to do next. He's gone to seek Victor Rookwood's advice. I didn't approve of that idea, but perhaps in the end it will help.
I'm unfortunately quite familiar with Ranrock's loyalists. Perhaps I can do something.
Much as I would love to be rid of them, I wouldn't want you to risk injury, or worse. Please be cautious. We should not have to live in fear. This is our home.
It seems as though things are getting worse. Best be on my guard.
Spróbujemy rozbić te obozy bandziorów. W ogóle to czemu nikt mi nie mówi, że nie mamy włączonej kamery? Dzięki. Widzowie, dobra.
Revelio.
O nie, zapomniałem się wyleczyć, ups. Zapomniałem, że moja postać nie jest niezniszczalna.
This is our home.
It seems as though things are getting worse. Best be on my guard.
Podejście drugie tym razem z kamerą. Kamera szczęście mi przyniesie. Ale jak wiecie, zadaniem fabularnym jest dostanie się do Azkabanu. Tak, odwiedzimy Azkaban. Czekajcie, jak gdybym tak zmienił w inwentarzu sobie zaklęć ten... Czekajcie, dobrze pamiętam ustawianie zaklęć? Tak. I damy go sobie pod... trójkę.
You ought to cut back on pudding. Mistook you for a troll the other day. One less humour to worry. No! What? Someone's here. Over here. Such an arrogance. Why drag this out longer than necessary? You're dead. Stop it! No! No! I won't rest until you're dead.
Levioso.
Instytucja...
One more to go.
Instytucja zamknięta, panowie. Dobra, jeden obóz udało nam się zniszczyć. Teraz czas na drugi.
Enjoy suffering, do you?
Revelio.
was only following orders. Leave your accusations in someone else's direction if you don't mind.
Not quiet enough. How nice of you.
Potato!
That was one less humour to worry about. Oh, this is impossible. I won't rest until you're dead. No! Lucky, that's all.
Potato!
Koniec. Instytucja
Too late
zamknięta.
for you to learn the error of your ways. Both camps cleared. Madam Beaumont will be glad to hear that.
Poszło łatwiej niż sądziłem. Ale to są właśnie takie fajne zadania poboczne, powiem wam. Claire, ja pierdzielę. No to widzicie, rezydent zawitał i tutaj. Nawet nie musiałem korzystać z eliksiru wiganowego, żeby skończyć misję. Cieszy mnie to bardzo, aczkolwiek wiecie co, ustawię sobie punkt teleportacyjny tutaj. Jeden, więc...
Welcome to Upper Hogsfield. Charming hamlet.
Shane Bardolph thought dark magic was the answer. I reckon.
I do miss the bustle of business.
Hello, Madam Beaumont. Good news. I was able to clear out Ranrock's camps.
You cleared them out? How?
No trochę ich zaskoczyliśmy.
I managed to catch them off guard.
When my brother returns, this news will mean the world to him. You saved our hamlet, my young friend. This will not be forgotten. I fear for other hamlets, truly. Ranrock and his lot are unlike any goblins I've ever seen.
I should be going now. Thank you.
Thank you. Sincerely.
Come now, don't be stingy. I could use some gold.
Dobrze, co my tu mamy?
Bardolph Beaumont should have returned by now.
Excuse me. Did you say something about Bardolph Beaumont?
I did. I don't think we've met. I'm Dorothy Sprottle. I was just worrying about Claire Beaumont's brother Bardolph, only he's gone missing. Rumour is he was seen in the forest practicing dark magic. Saw him myself near some ruins with Rookwood's lot I did. I fear he got himself into trouble with the Ashwinders, especially if he made them a promise he couldn't keep. Shame, really. With Ranrock's camps cleared out, I have a feeling he'd have given up on dark magic altogether.
Why would Bardolph want to get involved with the Ashwinders?
Oh, he had a terrible run-in with Ranrock's loyalists. Changed him. He vowed never to feel powerless again. I think he sought the Ashwinders out to learn their secrets. Victor Rookwood, at least, seems somehow immune to Ranrock's loyalists.
Do you think Bardolph may have simply run off?
No. Bardolph's run that shop with Claire his entire life. He'd not give it up for anything. He swore he'd be back in a fortnight. My instincts are that he's been held captive, or worse.
I can certainly look out for him.
Any help would be appreciated. You might speak to Claire first. Perhaps she has some insights that I don't. I can tell you that Bardolph was last seen in the forest wearing a particular woolen jumper, one that Claire knitted herself. Claire will be at her shop if you'd like to speak with her.
I should investigate.
No to odkryjmy te tajemnice, widzowie. Razem.
Revelio. Lumos.
Trochę nie za dużo widzę, więc widzowie postanowiłem trochę sobie drogę oświetlić. O, cześć Hedwigo. Żartuję, to nie Hedwiga, to jest 200 lat wcześniej, więc... Ale jak mówię, nadal moim ulubionym zajęciami jest zielarstwo, o dziwo.
Levioso. Lumos.
O w mordę. A, uniki.
Past the river near the forest. I must be on the right track.
Pozbyłem się ich, bo wiecie co, gdybyś ich zostawili, to...
Protego. Revelio. Levioso. What do you have in store for me this time?
Oh, could do with a nice massage.
Revelio. Accio. Levioso.
No dobra, powiem wam, po prostu nieważne.
Revelio. Lumos. Levioso.
więcej wrogów niż to pożytków daje. Oczom nie wierzę. Infernusy. Pamiętacie te stwory, które wzięły Harry'ego i Dumbledora z zaskoczenia wtedy?
Is that Inferius wearing a woolly jumper? That must be Bardolph.
Zmiana zakręcia na podpalające.
Incendio! Potato!
Nie to planowałem. Ale się nie poddajemy, widzowie. Nie, w żadnym wypadku.
This looks intriguing. Is that Inferius wearing a woolly jumper? That must be Bardolph.
Incendio! Potato! Stupefy! Incendio! Incendio!
O, w mordę.
Potato!
A, tego nie...
Incendio! Levioso! Incendio! Levioso!
Na chwilę się uspokój.
Incendio!
Bardolph's woolen jumper. I'm not sure Madame Beaumont would want to know what really happened to him. entry from Bardolph's journal. He overheard whispers, a plan, something to do with him.
Revelio.
This mentions in theory, and something about it being Bardolph's turn next.
Whoa.
Dobra. Udało nam się, widzowie, zrobić dość fajne zadanie z infernusami, bo infernusy to jednak są potężne istoty. Wygląda na to, że będę musiał mieć podstosowane klawisze pod wszystkie.
It's like a place right out of a storybook.
Okej.
Oh, I do hope...
Madame Beaumont, I believe I have some news of your brother.
Bardolph? What do you know of my brother?
I regret to say that Bardolph had been turned into an Inferius, and I had to kill him.
What? But how could you possibly think that an Inferius was my brother Bardolph? That's absurd!
He was wearing a woolen jumper, hand-knitted.
No. No. This can't be.
I'm truly sorry. I wish it had been better news. I wish you well, Madame Beaumont.
What more could I have done? Oh, Bardolph! Bardolph, my dear, dear brother. You've made Upper Hogsfield safer, and for that, I thank you.
No cóż. I co? Zatrzymamy się u niej na chwilę i sprzedamy to dziadostwo.
I should have done more. I shall never forgive myself.
Here you are. I'm pleased to see you took my advice.
Madam Thistlewood, I met your great-uncle in his portrait in my common room. He sent me to speak to you.
I'm pleased you came. Uncle Eldridge believes the book you found and its missing pages may be relevant to an unsolved case from my time as an aura.
Very well. I'm listening.
Decades ago, a student named Richard Jackdaw disappeared after going to meet a girl named Anne. They never found his body. When his headless ghost appeared briefly in Hogsmeade, wholly unaware of how he died, Anne was convicted of his murder and sent to Azkaban. It was in large part due to the testimony of a girl called Apollonia Black. Jealous of Anne, I think.
That sounds terrible, but I'm not sure how I can help.
Anne's alibi was somewhat labyrinthine. She said Jackdaw promised her adventure following a map he found on some pages he'd stolen from Peeves.
And you think Peeves ripped those pages from the book I found in the restricted section?
If my great-uncle is to be believed, yes. At least that's what the portraits at Hogwarts suspect. Anne insisted that Jackdaw had asked her to follow the map with him, but only after she solved a series of puzzles he'd prepared.
Odd way to woo a girl. She swears she never even solved the first puzzle, so they didn't meet. Jackdaw's ghost vanished almost as soon as he appeared. Without Jackdaw's puzzle, pages, or remains, Anne was sent to Azkaban based solely on Apollonia's spurious testimony.
I don't understand. What can I do to help?
I believe Anne may have solved the first puzzle by now, but after spending time in Azkaban, she's a shadow of her former self. She won't speak to anyone she doesn't trust, and she trusts no one. If you, a student with a connection to the pages, like Jackdaw had, spoke to Anne, she might reveal new information.
Whoa! Azkaban.
What a horrible story. If you think I can help, I'll come with you.
This is wonderful news. You are to be commended for your kindness and bravery. Fortunately, being a retired Aura has its benefits. We can apparate right to her. I've escorted ministers, professors, and many others to that blasted place. Never a student, I'll admit, but I will keep you safe.
Can you tell me more about Apollonia Black?
Wretched, vindictive girl, that one. Apollonia claimed that Anne threatened to kill the boy after he broke her heart. The Black family's power over certain people in the ministry, along with the fact that Anne is Muggle-born, sealed her fate.
I'd like to know more about Anne.
That poor soul never was the brightest girl, and that lack of wit proved to be her undoing.
I half suspect Jackdaw and Apollonia were merely toying with her. Who could have known he'd end up dead?
She's not held up well in Azkaban. In some ways, she blames me for not proving her innocence. I'd like to clear her name if we can.
You said Jackdaw's ghost appeared briefly, then vanished. Where do you think he went?
I have no idea. Evidently, he was always a bit restless, going on and on about adventure. If I had to guess, he tired of Scotland and is somewhere on the other side of the globe by now.
Very well. Let's go.
Steady yourself. We'll apparate together. Don't worry, I've never splinched anyone.
Do take care now, and tread lightly in that horrible place.
We'll be there in but a moment.
Azkaban, o kurde, widzowie. Azkaban to najgorsze miejsce dla czarodziejów na ziemi.
That ought to keep them at bay for now. Though, be aware, you may feel a wave of despair. It will pass.
Thank you for the warning.
This really is a dismal place, but we'll be out of here soon enough. Now follow me. The Dementors won't harm us
Oto
now.
i Azkaban. I oto i oni, Dementorzy.
I never thought I'd see the inside of Azkaban
Ja
for myself.
pierdzielę, widzowie, Dementorzy
Not
i
even I could convince the
Azkaban.
ministry to send them off. There's no need for such monsters.
Wizyta w tym miejscu to jest super pomysł. I naprawdę super odcinek.
She's been here a lot longer than the rest of us.
Jezu, co on robi?
If I had my wand, I'd cast Crucio on the lot of you.
Boże. A tobie co?
You don't scare me, young cur. They teach you so little of what you should know at Hogwarts.
Zobaczmy taką cenę. Ja pierdzielę. Jak tu... No ja się nie dziwię, że oni wszyscy chcą uciec. Ale nie, zobaczcie, to są cienie ludzi już.
witch you're with has a dark cloud over her. I can feel it.
Patrzmy jeszcze tu, czy coś. Ja nawet Revelio nie mogę rzucić w tym miejscu. Ciekawe, czy jeszcze tutaj zabawimy się.
Why torment me further?
Dobra.
No one at school's going to believe this.
Now remember, Anne has been here a long time. The Dementors aren't kind. Have patience and speak to her quietly and respectfully.
Are you Anne?
Who's there? Who speaks to me? Is that death finally come for me?
I'm a student from Hogwarts. I found the book that you said would exonerate you.
Ah, the book, the book. No one would look. None of the mages found the pages. Methinks the feckless knave meandered to his cave. My fate was surely sealed in Upper Hoggyfield.
Are you saying that the missing pages are in a cave? Near Upper Hogsfield?
Hogsfield, ruins house, a vault concealed.
A vault in some ruins near Upper Hogsfield? I suppose it can't hurt to look.
Can't hurt to look, can't hurt to look. Go find the pages from your book. Helen, know you're here. Come in closer, be a dear.
What is it, Anne?
You're hurt.
Go. The cave. You're safe now. You have what you need. I'll be all right once I get...
But Madam Thistlewood, All right. I'll find it. I'll find Jackdaw's cave.
Ale skrzat domowy. Eliksir wiganowy. Dobrze, jeszcze tą jedną misję sobie zrobimy. Powiem wam, że to jest niezwykła gra. Nie idzie się od niej oderwać nawet. Ale tak jak w przypadku Harry'ego Pottera, tak i tutaj, że nasz uczeń jakby ma ten. Okej, zobaczmy co my tutaj mamy. Dobra. Dobra, może być i to. Dobra, widzowie. Nie będę, widzowie, teraz tego. Teraz używał starożytnej magii. I tak podstawowy.
This must be the place Anne told me about.
Revelio. Lumos.
No one's been here for ages.
Incendio.
Coś czuję, że tutaj przyda się zaklęcie Axio.
Accio.
No. How did you do this, Jackdaw? It's no wonder I never found that clue.
Czy najpierw to, później to wyżej.
No,
To
that's
trochę
not
przypomina zagadkę z Residenta.
I see how this goes. No. How did you do this, Jackdaw?
Accio.
You couldn't outwit me, Jackdaw. It's no wonder I never found that clue. You'll not outfox me, Jackdaw. No, that's not it. No. How did you do this, Jackdaw?
Accio.
Oh, that's done something. It's no wonder I never found that clue.
No i jest.
A note from Jackdaw. Anne never found it. So how did he die? Was she to blame at all?
Could it be? Has someone solved my puzzle after all these years? Well done indeed. Richard Jackdaw, at your service.
The Richard Jackdaw? I heard you disappeared years ago. You have some explaining to do.
I do? That was my puzzle you solved. What are you doing here?
A retired aura, Helen Thistlewood, told me about a map you stole from Peeves. And then Anne told me about a cave.
You saw Anne? Broke my heart. I had to go on without her. Probably best for her in the end. Dare I ask? How is she?
She was imprisoned in Azkaban for your murder. I fear the Dementors have taken an irreversible toll on her.
What? Azkaban? Oh, poor Anne. I had no idea. I thought she'd written me off. I've been traveling the world for years to mend my broken heart. I came back here only recently. On a whim. I must speak to the aura you mentioned and see how I can help Anne.
I'm glad to hear it. Before you go, would I still be able to find the pages with the map Helen mentioned?
I'm almost certain I dropped them in the cave the moment I was beheaded. They're bound to be mouldering away with the rest of me. Tell you what, meet me at the edge of the Forbidden Forest, and I'll show you precisely where to find them.
If you don't mind me asking, how did you lose your head?
I was having a look about when I suddenly sensed a refreshing breeze, after which I felt, well, lightheaded. That's all I remember. Hence, if you do find yourself in a cave, be prepared. I can't tell you what for specifically, but you seem a perceptive sort. Beware a light breeze.
Helen mentioned Apollonia Black. Did she set up Anne to take the fall?
Have you never met any members of the Black family? They can be rather vindictive. Once Anne showed an interest in me, Apollonia couldn't let it alone. That her own heart had grown cold simply didn't matter.
How is it possible to steal from Peeves? A poltergeist?
I didn't steal the pages from his ghostly form. I merely found them in his wake of destruction. He has a penchant for wrecking things. Books, bottles, suits of armor, whatever's likely to cause the most chaos. Found them on the floor outside the library where he discarded them. Not my luckiest find, all things considered.
Thank you. I need to find those pages to help a friend.
I shall see you there.